Hello, today we got a iPad mini in here, just a good old basic Digitizer replacement. As you can tell, it's shattered. No good anymore. So we're going to go ahead and actually replace the glass and get this repair nice and brand new for the customer. For a typical an iPad mini, to repair these, you got to be careful. You don't tear anything along the way. So, right now I'm kind of just working our metal spudger around. Ooh, that's a doozy. That's a doozy for this iPad. All this stuff we do not need. I'm just kind of cutting the digitizer off since we don't need that anymore. Perfecto. So right now what we're doing is kind of removing the glass off the old screen. As you can see, it's not fun when they're scorching hot after you put this on the heating pad. This is a very basic repair. Most general repair shops should be able to do this without damaging the backlight or any of the FPC connectors for the digitizer. Not sure what's on this, but very hard to get off. I'll probably soon be doing live videos. Probably for, micro soldering repairs, we'll probably do some live videos for customers and other people across the world to kind of see what we do. Maybe you can learn something. There's already videos with Lewis and Jessa Jones. However, we'd like to start our own channel. Not sure what's on this, but it is not fun to get off. Typically we would have had the glass off right now, but been repaired for with something. Weird glue. We're using tape here, so we won't have this issue anymore. Whatever's going on. There we go. So when you want to do screen replacements, anybody, you want to make sure you're careful because there's a Wi-Fi antenna here, there's a Wi-Fi antenna here, and then there's other little things up on the top that you can pull and rip as you're taking the glass off, and then you got more to end up having to replace. So either you do it yourself, want to attempt it, or pay a professional to kind of repair it. That way it's done properly. But we do a lot of things. We do board level repair ICs, we do BGA, we also do charging dock. So let's see. If you guys see this, this is a brand new digitizer, and that's your connector for the digitizer. So what a digitizer is, if not everyone knows, because not everyone is electronically inclined in this, what a digitizer does is it allows the touchscreen to work. So say this is an LCD, I don't want customer data showing up here, if there is none. So this is the LCD panel. So what you see is an LCD, is a screen. But what happens when you put a digitizer over it and plugged in? Well, that provides touch functionality, so that way you can move icons with it, swipe, you know, open, close things. So yeah, digitizer is a very important thing to a device that needs it. Without that, you would not be able to do anything. Pretty much clicking buttons all day, trying to get, you know, to different menus, screens, you know, so it's no good. Screen's a little knocked up too, Jesus. Right, anyway. So when we do a iPad mini, there's 4 screws in each corner. 1, 2, 3, and number 4. And then what you would want to do, I don't know if we have some tweezers just hanging around. You want to get some tweezers in the corner. Don't pull too hard. This one it's already been open, but usually you have to slide like a little thin card on each side without prying too hard, or you can crack the LCD, and all of a sudden you have to replace it. So this one, once you do that, you kind of just fold this over and down, like that. Then there's screws that hold down this metal plate. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. 8, 9. So once you take the screen off, the 4 screws, the LCD, flip it over like that. Take the screws out for this metal plate. Take the plate out, okay? And what you want to do, there's another plate here that holds down the LCD, the battery, and the digitizer. But before you go ahead and, you know, unplug this, okay? I don't know what's going on here. Double check and see what's up. Okay, it's glitching on me, so we'll make this quick anyways. What you want to do is always disconnect the battery before you unplug the screen. So say if the screen was on like that, or if it was just idling, all of a sudden you unplug it, move out the battery. There's still a circuit there. There's still power. And as soon as you do that with battery still engaged, connected, you blow the backlight. There's a little fuse that you usually blow, and you have to have that professionally repaired by a board level repair technician like us. So to save all that hassle, unplug the battery. It takes 2 seconds. It's right there. You know, common sense. And just get it out of the way. After you're done, you want to use like a plastic tool to unplug the screen. We're using metal because it's ESD safe. But if it's not ESD safe, don't be doing that because you can burn out little filters, capacitor, resistors, you name it. So once you unplug the LCD, you guys can kind of see that. Probably not. Right there. Here's your LCD connector. This you want to always be careful with. You can break the connector on the digitizer. That's very common. Once you break 1 or 2 pins, either or the touchscreen does not work, or the home button. So let's not do that. And then you have to have that repaired as well. So what I like to do is hold the back of the connector of the cable, to that digitizer. This is your digitizer. And I like to get my little flat hand under it. Just kind of pull up slightly. And that's it. Then you kind of pull the cable away, as you can see. So now that everything is done, you should be left with a housing like that. Now, make sure there's nothing in the way. What you should be doing, you can skip this if you want, but if you want a good seal on your iPad for the new tape, you would want to clean the frame up very nicely. It might take you a half hour, it might take you 10 minutes, but I always like to clean the frame as much as we can, so that way we get a solid stick between the new screen, glass, digitizer, and the frame. So just like that. I'll just take my metal tool and just go right around the frame. You could put some pressure if you want around things, because usually the top, you're not going to damage anything. Now we like to use a tape called Teza 61395. It's one of the best tapes on the market. It's not like that cheap tape that's on the screens where it just pops off after, 10 hours, and then you have the customer coming back complaining, why did my screen fall off? Alright, back to the frame. And then they'll probably say you're a crappy repair shop even though you did the repair right. Anyway, back to cleaning the frame. What I like to do too is get a Q-tip with alcohol. We use 99.9%, and we just go right around the frame and scrub hard. It loosens the glue, and it helps get it off easier. So take some Q-tips. You see that? Kind of dirty. That's normal. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one now. You're gonna do it all the way around. Just keep doing it until you see the frame very nice and shiny clean. You don't want any crap left over. Unfortunately, that's how it is, and it's the best way for that tape to kind of stick. Just gonna scrape it up. Go. Perfect. Perfect. For some people that's new at this, if you want to attempt it, this could take you a few hours to do. It's your first time and things are very delicate. If you're not careful, you can damage things. And the repair may end up costing you more than you anticipated. For that eBay screen you purchased for only $20 can end up to being $200. We already had repairs like that. Not everyone wants to, you know, pay that cost, so they bring it to a repair shop that does it on a daily basis like we do, and it's done properly. Plus we offer warranty, so that's a bonus. So all that tedious work, just keep going with the alcohol. Just like that. Keep her going. From what I'm seeing here, we're almost done. If you hear that squeaky clean noise, you know the frame is very, 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 very clean. Clean is how we want it anyway. Perfect. With alcohol, it doesn't really cause any damage when you're rubbing it on it. If it gets on, you know, the board or whatever, usually dry it off with a hairdryer or something. You have something like that laying around, and it dries instantly. As long as you're using 99.9%, because you don't want the other stuff. So now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and apply some tape where the digitizer connector does go. For the new digitizer, I like to put a piece of tape in behind, so that way when you go to plug it in, the back end of the cable is stuck down. I don't know if you see that, but we put a piece of 2M Teza tape across, so that way the back of the cable digitizer sticks down. So we're going to go ahead and push it. There we go. Line it up to the hole, and that's it. Push it down a bit, make sure it's down. Alright, so that's good. We're going to go ahead and plug your LCD connector back down. Plug the battery in. Put the bracket on for the connectors, so it holds it down. Put your 3 screws back in. Go. And number 3. Perfect. Then we gotta put our plate back in. So you're pretty much reversing of what we just did. Make sure you put the screws back in. Just like that. There we go, and we're done. Now we can flip the LCD back, line it up with the 4 holes in the corners, push it down, put the 4 back screws back in. You don't like these foam things on the stickers or screws. They waste time, not needed. Now, we got the 4 screws back in. We're gonna go ahead and turn it on. If you did this right, you should see Mr. Apple logo. If you don't see Mr. Apple logo, go back, recheck, you make sure everything's plugged in. And if it's still not plugged in, then, well, you broke something. And then you can either send me a message or your local repair shop a message, because it's got to be fixed. Now, I don't want people seeing customers' data. Pop that this way. Before I tape anything down, glue it, I always ensure the touchscreen is working. There we go. We can kind of see that it's working. What's going on here? There we go. You guys see that? We got our home button, make sure that works. Good to go. Turn it off. Just lock it. Now, the fun part is taping the screen down. So I'll go all the way around. That tape is all the way around. I don't know if this will be too big for this side. I'm gonna find out in 2 seconds. Hard to say. Be too big. Maybe not. I think it will be okay. And then do that to all 4 sides. Just put some double sticky tape across. Just like that. Fold that up like that. Tape it across like this. And we're done. Now we fold the screen back. Usually I take the tape off these screens, but I find them pretty decent, so we leave the double-sided sticky tape on the screen. Typically when you get screen, like if you go on eBay, which we don't, because there's too many problems with them, you'll have screen lifting because it's very, very, very cheap tape. They don't use good stuff. Oop. So just kind of trying to get this sticky stuff off. If you have a anti-static cloth, really almost any cloth works. We'll try to get as much dust particles off. We won't get much here because we have air purifiers for that reason. Pull the tape off the frame, expose it. Okay. And you do not want to touch the tape. When you touch tape, what happens when you touch tape so much? It loses its effectiveness. If you want to be quick as possible, do this. There we go. Now it's ready to go. Now we got to take the peel off on the back of the screen, just like that. Typically we do this better, but since we're on video, kind of hard. I do usually one more quick wipe, like that. What I like to do is that wire, or not wire, sorry, the digitizer cable, we push in. See, that's why we didn't want to. Well, push it inwards as you're pushing the screen down. Well, it worked out anyways. And after you push the cable in and push the screen down, you go around and just keep pushing on the tape. Just like that. Go around, make sure it's lined up with the frame. Perfect. And make sure it's working. If you guys see that, it's working. Perfect. We'll definitely be starting our YouTube channel soon. I think this will be our first video. We'll be posting more videos. It'll be long videos if people are interested in watching. And another thing I forgot to tell people, when you push, you have that wire henching at the bottom. When the screen is down, it'll start ghosting. So what that means is your screen will start moving on its own, opening apps, that sort of thing. And if you have cheap screens, and most of the time it doesn't have tape going across the copper of the digitizer. When the copper touches the frame, it'll start ghosting. So you want to put Kapton tape or black tape, doesn't matter, and that will solve that issue. And if that fails, then you have a really cheap screen. You gotta watch the quality of screens you buy, because they're no good. And that's everything for this video. Thanks for watching. It took about 29 minutes. Usually if I don't have, if it's not live, I'm not recording, it's about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes. That's on a good day. But if people would like to mail in their device, our address is 27 Armstrong Street North, New Liskeard. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. I'll try to get back as possible and respond to so many people. We're busy. But drop your comment if you like the video. If you want to see more, give us a thumbs up. And that's everything. You can also find our Facebook at www.facebook.com/Ghost Network Solutions, or you can type Ghost Network Solutions in either Facebook or Google. We will pop up, or our website at ghostnetworksolutions.shop. Thanks for watching. Bye now.